YouTube world? This your girl La Kiki, Miss D, that C that is, and I'm coming at you, coming straight at y'all. What? This POV win? That was corny as shit, but that's all I can muster for her corny ass gameplay. Yes. But that was just a whole spoiler alert, but whatever. Before I get into details, make sure you like and subscribe to my channel because I definitely need it very much. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you can get all my updates on all the shows that I do and all the other shit that I will be doing in the future, like Black Ink Compton and Black Ink New York. I probably would do a review on that as well. And what's the and Power coming up, yeah, and Housewives of Atlanta. Dang, I got a whole bunch of shit to do, but yeah, your girl would do that. I have a lot of videos coming out, so make sure you do subscribe to my channel. But let's get into it. Pretty much it leads off at the nomination ceremony, and Jack goes into the boat room with Annalise, and she said she feels bad for Jackson, because she really thinks Jackson is going home. Bitch, you confused. You're definitely confused. Jackson is not going home. I think it's Jack the other way around. You're fucking going to feel sorry for yourself. That's how I feel. Holly tells Jackson in the other room to win the veto and take himself off the block. And you're the reason why this started in the first place. Like, you're the reason, not probably why you're on the block, because Jessica was always going to nominate two boys. She was always going to do Jackson and Jack. So that's inevitable. But you put a bigger target on yourself with the shit you started, pretty much, by even blabbing your mouth to Jack when I already told your ass in confidence, don't trust his ass. He's too far up Christy's ass. Don't tell him nothing. You trying to save this whole, you can't save her. He don't want to be saved. Don't save her. I want to be saved. No, you can't save all these hoes, period. Should have kept your mouth fucking shut. And Jackson says he'll win the veto and stay on the block. Like, everybody say that little same old synopsis, like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna be saved in the episode. It's just fucking annoying because it's like, can they just get some real pure genuine thoughts after the veto, not no made up script about, yes, I'm gonna go hard for the veto and I'm gonna take myself a block because I gotta do what I gotta do. It's like, all right script, all right Christine, come harder. And Tommy, Christy, and Nick talk about Jackson not winning the veto, like he can't win the veto. And of course, Nick in that room all like, yeah, we just can't let Jackson win the veto and playing the field like a mug. And then meanwhile in the HOH room, Nicole, Cliff, Jessica, and then Nick reappeared, talk about still wanting to be Jack wanting to be the target. So it's like playing both sides, so obvious. And Nick think he's slick, but you're not slick. Nobody just thinking about you right now, but they will be thinking about you soon. Then we have the POV picks, and Jessica picks house guest choice, and she chooses Kat, of course, because that's who she think is her ride or die. Girl, you lied. You need to pick somebody else because you should have brought Nick in more instead of not push him away, because it's looking like I can't even fucking talk. It's looking like you need a person that's gonna go to the end with you or something, you know, even though he's a kind of like flip-flop. But at this time, Kat and Holly are tighter, and Kat is not your girl, so you need to try again. Maybe with Nicole, I don't know. It depends on what happened with Cliff, because she's closer with Cliff, because she know that you a ditzy hoe. And then Jack picks Tommy, because he picks house guest choice and he chooses Tommy. And then Jackson picks Nick. So pretty much the outsiders win these picks. I mean, you had all the advantages going in, period. Other than Nick flip-floppy ass, but already know, and we already know, but maybe not you, but we already know that Nick was definitely going to keep nominations the same, because that would be stupid if you're playing both sides. Chrissy tells Jack that her priority is to keep Jack safe and to try to get Jackson replaced. I mean, to try to replace Jack with a pawn, so that to make sure Jackson goes to jury, pretty much. So she's definitely thinking about using her power because this is the last week to use her power, period. Holly tells Jackson Jessica is targeting Jack. She's definitely targeting Jack. But Jackson also realizes point blank, if Christy uses her power and put up any pawn next to me, put up Nicole, put up Cliff, put up Nick, put up anybody, Annalise, anybody, I know my ass is out the door, pretty much. So that's realistic thinking. There you go, Jackson. About time. So we go into the POV comp, and the POV comp is called, I guess it's called Area 21 Galaxy Camp, because Nicole was the host, but she didn't really like present it like, hey, welcome to, she's like, welcome to Area 21 Galaxy Camp, but she didn't say the name of the competition is. Normally they say that, but I guess they doing shit differently all around these days. Pretty much the point of that game is to score the highest point of each round. They have to take turns spinning in this dumbass chair. Like, we don't spin in galaxy, like we don't, well, we spin slowly into the galaxy when we're, well, I'm saying we're, like, I'm ever going to be an astronaut. I don't care who wants in an astronaut for $1 million. I guess we dying on Earth because I ain't got it. And I don't want to take the first couple flights because I want y'all to like burn in the ash, I mean, you know, blow up real quick, see how that works out, and then they come back, clink things up in the machine, and then we go in the good machines, because you know how first space takeoff, so the first invention of things, like, shit go wrong. But that's on another note. But this was dumb as fuck. Like, this chair, like, this chair don't, it was just stupid. Like, why don't they just use the typical launcher that they always use to begin with? Like, that Galaxy, really, Galaxy Camp, I ain't never heard of such things. But each of them had to go ahead, well, one by one, randomly picked, and pretty much score the highest point of each round. The player with the lowest score will be automatically eliminated and will have to choose from one of the I don't know whether it's planets, prizes, whatever prizes, and then sometimes, I mean, and they might actually be punishments, pretty much. The last person standing obviously wins. So I actually wrote out all these rounds. It went up to 5 rounds actually. And then we had all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players. It was Nick, Tommy, Kat, Jessica, Jack, and Jackson. And Nick was randomly chosen to go first. On his first one, he set the standard. He had 18 points in the first game. I was like, whoa, okay. Then Tommy scores 4 points, which is terrible. And then Kat scores 2 points, which is worse. Jessica scored 12. Jack scores 21. Whoa! Power Veto scored. He had the highest. And then Jackson scores 12 points time with Jessica. So I'm just like, wow. So obviously Kat was eliminated first, and Kat had the power veto. You know that's not going to stay. The second round, Tommy is picked first, and then he scored 15 points. I'm like, good, that's cool. Jessica scored 10 points. Jack scored 0 points. He was blown. Planet veto equals 0. Jackson scored 18 points, which was great, and then Nick scored 5 points. Of all rounds, Nick, this is when you want to be whack as shit, but Jack was out eliminated, period. And he traded, I think he had the Hawaii, he had the, I'm trying to think. I think he had Hawaii trip or something like that, and he traded with her for the power veto, obviously, because he wanted to keep that in his hand. Boy, you should have took the daggone Hawaii trip. He's like, you want to trade? Heck yeah, I'll trade for the Hawaii trip. That was stupid as shit, boy. You already know you're not getting that veto, so that was dumb. Then the third round, Jessica went first, and Jessica scored 4 points, which was terrible. Jackson ended up tying again with her and scored 4 points. And then Nick scores 5 points, and Tommy, fortunately, scored 1 point. So he was the third eliminated, and he ended up getting the BB Explorer punishment. All at the end. I'm just naming the end results because I forgot in between who passed what to what. Because obviously they're going to pass it for good stuff, and then they're going to, like, you know, he took the power veto from Jack. And so he pretty much took the power veto for Jack. And he had the angry alien punishment. He gave Jack the angry alien punishment, took the power veto from him. So that's where we're at right now with the whole thing. And all of his allies are done. Like, his only ally was Tommy, pretty much. He think Nick's on the side, but no. The only ally was Tommy, and he only scored 1 point. The fourth round, Jackson went first, and he scored 0 points. So you know he's eliminated pretty much. Nick scores 15 points, and Jessica scores 10 points. So he was eliminated fourth. And obviously he took the power of veto from Tommy because his punishment was BB Explorer punishment, so he gave that to Tommy. It took the power of veto. And so we have the last in the fifth and final round, Nick going first. Nick scored 17 points. And then Jessica scores 28 points. So Jessica wins the power of veto. So obviously, he was eliminated. He won $5,000, pretty much. It's like, I mean, it's no reason not to be happy with $5,000. I mean, shit. Second place, it's lovely. So Jessica wins, and everybody's like, woo! And she obviously going to take the veto from Jackson, and because she picked Area 21 punishment, and she gave that to Jackson. So it's ironic that Jackson, Tommy, and Jack all got punishments, and everybody else got Hawaii trip, $5,000, and the power of veto. So pretty much the rest of this is pretty much bullshit, because nothing really went on in the house for real. It was just a bunch of like talking amongst each other, gossiping amongst each other, sleeping buddies and crap. It was like a whole 30 minutes, almost. Like, I thought they was about to do the whole hour of the veto competition. Like, do we have to see each round really? Like, can you just like get it over with and be like, oh, you know, like it was too much. But I guess they had to show everybody each point for, or how close somebody came to competition. Which, if Jack, maybe not the last round, but if Jack would have been scoring like 21 each time, or like 18 and all that, he would have survived to that end. And you don't know what score he was going to get. But I don't know, getting that fishbowl thing for 28 points was everything. So Jessica probably still would have won. So it's nothing he could be like, it was my comp, I could have had it, I should have had it, like he been doing and being a bad sport about everything he lose so far. But Jessica does an awful Mike Boogie and Dr. Will's Chill Town little telephone call, like, brr, brr, excuse me, what do I hear? Who's calling? The operator, who's on the phone? Yeah. They're calling for who? Oh, the Jack. They're calling Jack in the jury house. Like, bitch, please don't do that no more. Just don't do that. Leave that to Mike Boogie and Dr. Will, Chill Town. Leave that to them. You are not them. So don't try to show us that you got a little bit of, I know a little bit what's going on in the game. Like, you know, you still ditzy ho. That's probably the only season that you took a glance at before you came in the house. But please don't do that. That's not cute on you. You was stuttering everything. The point of the funniness of the joke was that they were just straight, like, raw, unedited, and good with improvisation, I guess. I don't know. I made that shit up. But probably real. But you know what I'm saying. You're not. You be thinking too long about stuff. You can't think that long about a joke. So don't do it again. Christy tells Kat and Jessica that Nick said he's going to, he said he was voting to evict Jackson instead of Jack. And here we go again. Jessica being confused. I'm confused. Because when he was with us, he was saying that he wanted Jack to go. So I'm confused. I know he's not about to run a, I'm about to say run a train on your HOH. But I know he's not about to make my HOH confusing. No, you're making your HOH confusing. You know yourself that Nick is playing both sides. So I don't understand why you don't understand. But you know what? I'm tired of trying to understand you, and for you or us trying to make you understand what's going on. Just put Jack and Jackson up, keep nominations the same, and shut the hell up. Please let the week go by. You probably gonna be out next anyway. Jackson listens outside the door to Jack, Nick, Christy, Tommy, and Annalise. Annalise's conversation, led by obviously the queen bitch of catty bitch that they all be talking about. They not Christy. And pretty much Jackson run tell that straight up to Jessica, Kat, and Holly, and told them everything that they said. And Nicole walks in, and Jessica is confused again. Like, girl, you stay confused. You stay confused. Somebody need to write inside your head. Like, we need to write a script planting inside your brain, and you like the Terminator and shit, and you'll remember everything that you're supposed to do. Like, I don't understand. Like, do you want to be Sam? I don't mean Sam Smith. I mean Sam, like the female Sam from BB19. Do you want to be a robot, bitch? Because that's what you acting like. You acting like a robot that need to be programmed. That's what we gonna call you, Robot Jess. But she's always fucking confused. And robots have more sense than that, and they ran by computers. What I was about to say, the whole lost me. Yeah, she confused on Nick wanting Jackson out instead of Jack. And pretty much yeah, Jackson just told, oh yeah, and I'm confused as well. Like, why aren't you not getting what Jackson's just telling you? That's what I wrote on here. Why are you pretty much not hearing when he says, Christy, you know, your highness Christy that you always compliment all the time? You always like, no, Christy wouldn't do that. Christy wouldn't do this. He's telling you that Christy is the one that's plotting against you, dum-dum. She said, let's not make any moves. Let's not do anything until she put that power veto in the box, and says, you know, keep the nominations the same because we don't want to replace. Ding, ding, ding. That should be going off in your head. We got to write down and plant the seed in your head like Robot Jess now. I swear. Like, he's telling you, don't trust Christy's ass. You focus on Nick and where his decision lie. Nick don't got nothing to do with anything, no power. Nobody even trusts Nick. You have Christy and all them that I just said that's in a room together talking about plotting against your HOH, and you worried about what Nick votes live for this sealed and dealed eviction. That's so stupid. So Jackson walks away, and that's the same thing I would have done. This bitch is confused, and she is helpless pretty much at this point. Just make sure my ass off that block. Tommy receives his punishment. They have a long ass segment about his punishment. The speed, traveling by the speed of light, traveling by the speed of smell, traveling by the speed of sound. That shit was annoying. It was funny a little bit, but then they kept overplaying it too much. It's like, okay, yes, we get it. All right. Then we go to the daggone. Oh yeah, he had to go to every room, like all 9 rooms, and say this whole line every time he announced himself in the room, and everybody was sleeping. Like, it was too much. Then we go to the POV ceremony, and pretty much before the POV ceremony began, they did the little traveling by the speed of smell and skunked everybody pretty much in the room for a couple rounds. It's like, so you played this out for one more fucking time. Okay. And then pretty much Jessica didn't even let him do a speech or nothing. Just like, I choose not to daggone use the power of veto. The end, and that was weak as shit. It ended off a weak note. So it is what it is. Can't wait for the eviction, and I want to see what happens then. Then we're going to get down and knit it and grit it to see what's going on with the house. But until then, I gotta do basketball wise. Make sure you like and subscribe, and if you here at the end with me, you my real. You know what I'm saying. Make sure you share this video to everyone who cares, and if they don't care, share that shit anyway, because that's my motto. Bye.